Have you ever thought, this is the year? This is the year I'll finally speak English confidently. You start full of energy, you download the apps, you watch the videos, but after a while, life just gets in the way. And the enthusiasm and energy you started with, it just disappears. As an experienced English language coach, I see this happen all the time. So what's the secret to making real, lasting progress in English? It's to make English a habit. When I clean my teeth, I don't wait until I feel motivated to do it. It's a habit. I eat breakfast, then I go to the bathroom and brush. It's automatic. And when English becomes a habit, you'll improve every single day, even on days you don't feel like it. Next, you're going to learn exactly how to do that. We're going to build a system of tiny, easy habits that'll make your progress in English feel natural. It's all about working smarter, not harder. Hi, I'm Steve. Let's do this. First, you need to change how you answer this question. Greek guy, can you speak English?
No, I'm trying to speak English.
Look at that word, trying. When you say you're trying, it sounds like you're struggling. It sounds like you're not sure you can do it. Today, we're removing that word. From now on, you need to think this. I am an English speaker. I know what you're thinking.
But Steve, my English isn't perfect.
That's okay. This is not about being perfect. It's about what you do. Think about it. What does an English speaker do? Kerry, you're an English speaker. What do you do?
I talk in English.
What else?
I watch English TV shows.
And?
I read in English.
Any more?
I listen to English songs.
Do you see, you're already doing the things that English speakers do. You talk, you watch, you listen, you read. It's just the level that's different. So from now on, you're an English speaker. Your job is not to become one. It's simply to improve your skills. So let's build a system to help you do exactly that. Step 1. Link your habit. The easiest way to build a new habit is to connect it to a habit you already have. This is called habit stacking. The idea is really simple. You make your current habits act as a trigger or a signal for your new English learning habit. It looks like this. Let's look at an example. You probably have a habit every day of making tea or coffee in the morning. Your new habit stack could be, while I drink my tea, I'll listen to a 5-minute English podcast. You see how that works? Drinking your first cuppa of the day is the trigger to listen. Let's take another example. At the end of the day, your current habit is getting into bed. Your new habit stack could be, after I get into bed, I'll read 1 page of my English book. By linking your new practice to an old habit, you don't have to rely on memory or motivation. Your daily routine will automatically remind you. Now that you've linked your new habit to your daily schedule, step 2 is about using your physical space where you are to help you. Make it visible. There's an English expression, out of sight, out of mind. As humans, we're far more likely to do things that are right in front of us. When I was learning to play the guitar, I kept it in its case. I almost never practiced. Then I put it on a stand in the middle of my living room, and I saw it every day. It was easy for me to pick it up and play, even if it was only for a few minutes. Suddenly, I was practicing all the time. The guitar itself became the visible trigger. And you can do the exact same thing for your English practice. You can set up your space to make learning a visible part of your world. For instance, don't put your English books on a shelf or in a cupboard. Leave them on your coffee table or desk. When you finish on your computer, leave an English learning video open in your browser, ready for next time. Stick notes around the house like this, and when you see one, use it in a sentence. I'm going to sit in my leather chair. Keep reminders of your English journey visible in as many places as you can. Now you know when and where to practice. The next step is to make sure the habit is something you actually want to do. This brings us to step 3. It's simple. If you enjoy something, you'll want to do it again and again. So what you need to do is connect your new English habit to an activity you already love doing. Think about what you enjoy. What do you look forward to each day? For example, perhaps you love watching a particular show on television. You can make a simple rule for yourself. I can watch my favorite show, but I'll do it with English subtitles on. This way, you get the reward of watching your show and you practice your English at the same time. Or maybe you love listening to music. You could create a special playlist of your favorite English language songs. Your habit will become, on my way to work, I listen to my English song playlist. You're simply replacing something you already like and do with an English version. You can do this with anything you enjoy. You like playing video games? Then join an English online group. Do you enjoy cooking? Then watch The Great British Bake Off. I'll put a link in the description. By linking your English practice to something you already love, you make it far more attractive and something you look forward to, not something to avoid. So you've made your habit attractive, but what if it still feels huge? What if the thought of it is just too much on a busy day? Step 4. Make it seem easy.
How do you eat an elephant?
I don't know. How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
Learning English can sometimes feel like eating that elephant. It's a massive goal. When you tell yourself, I have to study for an hour every day, it's intimidating, and that makes it easy to put off for another day. You say to yourself, I'll start tomorrow. So instead, we're going to take just one small bite at a time. We'll make starting each habit as easy as possible so that it's impossible to say no. And the best way to do this is with the 2-minute rule. This rule tells us to shrink the habit down to something that takes no longer than 2 minutes. For example, instead of saying I'm going to study for an hour, tell yourself I'll study for just 2 minutes. Instead of saying I will talk about my entire day in English, you say I'm going to say just one thing that I plan on doing today. I'm going to clean the floor. That's it. That's your practice. The reason this works so well is simple. Starting is the hardest part of any task. By making the start seem incredibly easy, you remove that feeling of being overwhelmed. Anyone can find 2 minutes in the day. And the magic is that once you start, you'll often find you don't want to stop. Studying for 2 minutes can easily turn into 10. Reading one page can turn into reading a whole chapter. Your goal is not to master English in 2 minutes. Your goal is to master the habit of starting. Think of this. If you just improve your English by 1% a day, that might not sound like much, but at the end of a year, that will add up to you being 38 times better at understanding English than you are right now. Make it easy to start. The next step is one that locks your habit in place for the long term. This is step 5. Make it satisfying. Here's a simple truth about our brains. Actions that are rewarded get repeated. Actions that are not rewarded fade away. The problem is that your big reward, speaking with confidence like a native English speaker, feels like it's far in the future. But your brain needs a small reward today. It needs to feel a sense of success right now. And the simplest way to create this feeling is with a habit tracker. Get a calendar. Each day you complete any English practice, no matter how much time or effort it took, you put a big satisfying cross on that date. That cross is your immediate reward. It's a small signal of success. Soon you'll have a chain of X's. This visual proof of your progress is incredibly satisfying. Your aim becomes very simple. Don't break the chain.
What happens if you do miss a day?
That is a great point, Kerry. Let me tell you a story. When I was younger, I used to go to the gym 3 times a week, every week. I had a great routine. But then one day, I was very busy at work, so I missed that session. And the next day, I went to a party with friends and was too tired to go. Before I knew it, a whole month had passed, and my gym habit had gone. It was so hard to start again, I didn't go back for over a year. And this story is a perfect example of this rule. Missing one day is an accident. It happens. But missing 2 days is the start of a new habit, the habit of not practicing. So no matter what happens, always make sure you get back on track the very next day. Now that you know you don't need more time and you don't need more motivation, you just need this simple 5-step system. First, link your new habit to an old one so you never forget. Second, arrange your space to give you a visible trigger. Third, combine your English practice with something you already love. Fourth, make your habit easy to start by using the 2-minute rule. And fifth, track your progress to feel successful every day. These are not just steps to follow. They're actions that will lead to the identity you chose at the start of this video. You're not trying to learn English. You are an English speaker. And this is your system for improving day by day. So my question for you is, what's your first small, manageable step? What 2-minute action will you take today to prove you're an English speaker? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time.